U.S.-bound migrants had their hopes destroyed.
Doesn't believe that Oklahoma is trying to pass a bill that would just label Hispanics as terrorists.
Can I get that 64% of Latinos that voted for Trump?
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into a heated topic that is shaking America right now. Mass deportations are said to begin in Chicago this week, sparking outrage nationwide. But that is not all. An Oklahoma Republic has introduced a controversial bill that labels Hispanic people as terrorists. Yes, you heard that right. And with 64% of Latinos voting for Trump in the last election, we need to talk about how they are feeling now and how the country is reacting.
U.S.-bound migrants had their hopes destroyed after Trump signed a stack of immigration-related executive orders on his first day in office. Trump declared illegal immigration at the U.S.-Mexico border a national emergency, making it possible to station military troops there. He designated drug cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and he even moved to end birthright citizenship rights for people born in the U.S. to parents living in the states illegally. As Trump was being sworn in, an app launched by the Biden administration for asylum seekers to set up meetings with border agents was shut down, and even existing asylum claim appointments were canceled en masse.
Yo sí entiendo que pues hayan cancelado la aplicación, va, pero pienso de que las citas no deberían haber sido, porque hay muchas personas que realmente sí lo necesitamos y que pues viajamos por motivos bastante difíciles, que casi todos creo que pasamos por muchas cosas así cuando venimos de nuestro país.
Una de las tristezas más grandes de que ha tenido mi vida porque he sufrido mucho para estar aquí donde estoy, este suelo que estoy pisando.
Despite the crackdown, a migrant caravan set off from southern Mexico, bound for the U.S.-Mexico border.
Hay que seguir hacia adelante, no debemos llevar por lo que dice la gente, por lo que digan las personas, si lo cierran, no lo cierran, ya veremos ya arriba, en la parte del norte.
And not only those on their way to or at the border are facing a changed reality now. Around 11 million migrants living in the U.S. illegally fear mass deportations. With Trump in office, their futures suddenly look less certain.
Can I get that 64% of Latinos that voted for Trump? Can I get y'all down front, please? Can y'all come in for a minute? Yeah, the 64% that voted Donald Trump in, front and center. Did y'all see the latest executive order he signed? Second day, or was it the first day? First day, my bad. Getting rid of birtherism, getting rid of if you were born here, you are a citizen. Nada. No, baby. You out of here. Yeah. See what your 64% did? Hey, are y'all still, dancing around with the Trump flags, Latinos for Trump? Y'all still bucking through the house, celebrating? Are y'all still floating that Trump flag around? Because in Denver, they already headed there, baby. Yeah, they headed there to come get y'all ass too. And in Missouri, the $1,000 bounty fee on y'all, they better not bring it where I am. They better not. They bring that here, I'm quitting my job and I'm going full-time bounty hunter. Yes, ma'am. Let them bring that $1,000 ahead where I am. Honey, I'm full-time bounty. Yeah, I'm going full-time bounty hunter, baby. I'm be sitting outside of grocery stores and laundry mats and Ace Hardwares and Lowe's, and I'm be sitting in front of all that shit, writing down tag numbers. Oh, and them food trucks. Yeah, I'm coming around for y'all ass too. They better not. I'm letting you know they better not. They better not. They better not. I'm going to give y'all the same consideration you gave us. I told you motherfuckers, I'm matching energy in 2025. Yeah. So 64%, my time to dance around my house. Okay? Yeah. Now what? Y'all sit up here and let Billy Bob and Billy Thorne in these warehouse gas y'all up. Y'all the best workers we got. We just need a country full of y'all. We don't even need black people no more. Y'all y'all took all that shit to heart. And you didn't know they weren't doing nothing but feeding your ass baloney so you'll work harder. Because it wasn't like they was giving y'all top dollar rate. But y'all heard that, ooh, they prefer us over black people. They like us. They don't like them. We might as well look at them. They always telling us how much better we are. Y'all believe the hype shit? That's the same shit the rich white told the poor white. And look what happened to them. They ass still poor. So get your shit together. Yep. Gather all your shit you can. Make arrangements. Get your ass out of here on your own merit. Because if I see you and that $1,000 bounty is in my town, yeah, I'm getting that 1,000, baby. I'm getting that 1,000. I will go full-time bounty with a agenda, with a goal of making anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 a week. Yeah, that'll be my goal. Yep. I'm matching energy. So, y'all ready for this? This what you voted for? Is it great again yet? Let me ask you something. How would y'all ass know when it was great? You weren't here. How would you know when America was great? Your ass was not here. But keep an eye on buying into all that MAGA bullshit, and now look where your ass at. And where is MAGA? Laughing at y'all ass. And turning y'all ass in. I'm going to give me some of that money. Let that shit come to my town. I'm getting some of them coins, baby. And I'm going to be smiling the whole time. Because you know what I'm going to be thinking about? Every time I get one. Every time I earn $1,000. I'm going to remember that chick, that Latino chick that was dancing her ass off in her house with that Trump flag. And I'm going to be dancing. He who laughs last laughs the hardest. Y'all be great.
Doesn't believe that Oklahoma is trying to pass a bill that would just label Hispanics as terrorists.
I want my Latinos to listen to this message loud and clear. And that includes all of you Latinos who think you're fucking white. Because this pertains to you too. Unless you're sleeping under a rock or you're just dead to reality, there is a consistent theme going against Latinos with Republicans right now. And it's getting louder by the fucking day. First, it was that we are invading this country. And this isn't just immigrants. They're talking about all fucking Latinos, okay? Every one of us, not just immigrants. First, we're invading this country. Now we are poisoning the blood of this country. These extreme right laws that are being passed in Florida and Texas and I think Kansas to give power to cops to harass any Latino they think might be an immigrant so they can deport them, kicking out federal border patrol agents off the Texas border and replacing them with Texas National Guard so they can watch them drown in the Rio Grande. The rhetoric against Latinos is growing louder every fucking day. Oh, and I forgot to mention the constant talk about invading Mexico. The first day of their presidency, this is a presidential campaign rhetoric. The first day they are going to invade Mexico. So we're invading Mexico because immigrants, Latinos are invading this country. They're poisoning the blood of this country. Let's give cops endless surmountable power to harass us, take us in, take us across the border. And now they're passing bills calling us fucking terrorists. If you think this shit isn't going to touch you, you are in for a very rude awakening. There's something heating up every fucking day against Latinos in this country. You better wake the fuck up. We've seen this before. We've seen this in play before. Natives were called savages before they took them out. Every day, the rhetoric against Latinos is getting worse and louder. We're watching a genocide happen right in front of us that we are paying for. Don't think that shit isn't coming this way.
We have some major breaking news right now. Donald Trump and his team are expected to begin mass deportations, with raids beginning in the city of Chicago starting on Tuesday of this week, on January 21st. This is the first wave of mass deportations, according to latest reporting from the Wall Street Journal. Now, afterwards, the Trump administration is expected to look at other cities like Los Angeles, Miami, Chicago, other than Chicago. And these raids are expected to last potentially the entire week next week. So the mass deportation plan, which is going to be led by Tom Homan, Kristi Noem, and others, is literally starting on practically day 2 of the Trump administration. If you live in Chicago, please be aware of this. If you know people living in Chicago, please send this to them so that they're aware of this, because it is coming and there's really nothing they can do to stop it right now.
Man, I thought that this mass deportation thing was like just a rumor, just a joke. Now, for those of you who know me, I live out here in Houston, Texas. And like, you can go down the main street, like FM 529. There's like these taco trucks up and down the street. The food is so freaking good, man. It's like I gotta eat there multiple times a week. I went down that street today. There is not one single taco stand open. Every last one of them are closed. Like 3 or 4 of them had like yellow caution tapes going around them, like do not enter. They literally closed it down. This mass deportation thing is 100% real. This is not fake at all, man. This mass deportation thing is not fake at all. This is crazy. Like when Trump was in office before, I heard him saying he was gonna close the borders down and all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. You know how every president talks. But this dude right here, he came into office swinging, man. Swinging, man. Dang. It's really, really happening, man. Like, this dude came in changing some laws and putting some things into play that looks like that he is actually carrying this stuff out for real, man. Woo! Crazy work. Crazy.
First, let's talk about the mass deportation set to begin in Chicago. This isn't just a policy decision. It's a direct attack on families, on communities, on humanity itself. Imagine living your life in constant fear, not knowing if tomorrow your family could be torn apart. Many of the people targeted by these deportations have lived in Chicago for years, even decades. They have worked hard, paid taxes, contributed to the local economy, and raised their children here. Yet now they are being treated as criminals simply for seeking a better life. And let's not forget the ripple effect. When a parent is deported, the children are often left behind. What happens to them? They are thrown into a system that is already overwhelmed and unfunded. We are talking about real human beings here. Mothers, fathers, children being reduced to statistics in a cruel political game. The justification for this mass deportation is always the same: national security. But let's be real, this has little to do with safety and everything to do with stoking fear and division. Politicians know that immigration is a hot button issue and they exploit it to rally their base. They frame immigrants as threats to jobs, to safety, to so-called American way of life. But the reality is that immigrants are often the backbone of our communities. They take on jobs that many others won't. They start businesses and they enrich our culture in countless ways. Now let's shift to Oklahoma and this outrage bill that labels Hispanic people as terrorists. I mean, how do you even begin to justify something like that? It's blatantly racist, xenophobic, and frankly, it's terrifying. This bill isn't just an attack on immigrants, it's an attack on all Hispanic people, regardless of their immigration status. It paints an entire ethnic group with a broad brush of suspicion and hate. The implications of such a bill are chilling. It opens the door to racial profiling, discrimination, and violence. It tells people it's okay to see Hispanic individuals as the enemy simply because of the color of their skin or the language they speak. And once that door is open, it's very hard to close. History has shown us time and time again that when we start demonizing a group of people, it leads to nothing but suffering and injustice. But let's leave even more trouble in the fact that this policy and bills hasn't coming out of nowhere. They are a symptom of a larger problem, a political climate that strives on fear and division. We have seen this over and over again, especially in the last few years. Politicians use immigrants as scapegoats for every problem, from unemployment to crime to health care. They rely on misinformation and stereotypes to justify their actions, knowing full well that it's easy to blame the other than to address the real issues. Like, let's talk about the 64% of Latinos who voted for Trump. This is a complex issue and is not as simple as saying, well, they should have known better. Many Latino Trump voters supported him because they believed in his promises of economic growth, job creation, and broader security. Some were drawn to his messaging about traditional family values or his stance on socialism, and others felt that he represented a break from the political establishment. But now, with policy like this, many of those voters are experiencing a harsh reality check. They are seeing that the history they supported is now being used against their own communities. Social media is full of posts from Latino Trump voters expressing regret and even betrayal. They are asking, how did we get here? How did we go from supporting a strong leader to being labeled as threats to the very country we called home? At the same time, there are others who still stand by their decision. They argue that these policies are necessary for the greater good, even if they come at a personal cost. And this is where the division becomes even more apparent, not just between political parties, but within communities, within families. Now let's consider the reaction from the rest of the country. On one hand, you have people who are outraged, who are protesting, who are speaking out against this injustice. They are seeing actions for what they are, a violation of human rights and an assault on the values of equality and inclusion that this country is supposed to stand for. On the other hand, you have people who are either indifferent or outright supportive of these measures. They have bought into the narrative that immigrants are a threat, that are taking jobs, that they are a drain on resources. They don't see the humanity behind the headlines. They only see the stereotypes and they fear mongering. And let's not forget the media's role in all of this. The way these stories are framed can have a huge impact on public opinion. Some outlets focus on the human cost, showing the faces and stories of those affected. Others amplify the history of fear, portraying immigrants as criminals and invaders. It's a stark reminder of how powerful and dangerous misinformation can be. So where do we go from here? How do we address these issues in a way that's fair, compassionate, and just? And first, foremost, we need to hold our leaders accountable. Politicians who exploit fear and division for a political gain need to be called out and voted out. We need to demand policy that patronize humanity over hate, that recognize the contribution of immigrants, and that treats everyone with dignity and respect. We also need to have honest conversations about the root causes of these issues. Why are people migrating in the first place? What role has the US played in creating the conditions that drive immigration? And how can we address those root causes in a way that is suitable and humane? Finally, we need to stand in solidarity with those who are affected by these policies, whether it's joining a protest, donating an immigrant rights organization, or simply speaking out against injustice. Every action counts. We can't afford to be silent in the face of such blasters, discrimination, and cruelty. In the end, this isn't just about immigration or politics, it's about who we are as a society. Are we a nation that values compassion, inclusion, and justice, or are we a nation that turns its back on the most vulnerable, that lets fear and hate dictate our policy? The choice is ours, and it's a choice we need to make, not just for the immigrants and communities under attack, but for ourselves and the kind of future we want to create. Thank you for watching, and let's continue this conversation in the comments below. Let us share our thoughts and perspectives with one another. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on this story and more. I will see you in the next video.